welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a January garden tour in my California Zone 9B garden. So let's just get right into it. This is the front of our home, and I just have a few pots along with a garden bench. And in these pots I threw in some succulents in the lower terracotta pots. And then we also have a perennial grass, and then I added some seeds. So I added some nasturtium earlier this fall, which have already begun not blooming yet. They should be blooming soon, and I've started fertilizing them, but they have put on a lot of growth. And those nasturtium are from Botanical Interests, and they are a like dark cherry red color. So I'm excited to see those bloom soon. And then over here we have some pansies and just random things I've added. I threw in some lettuce from seed. So this should be some arugula. We have a hellebore that I recently picked up, a snapdragon back here. This is an Italian cypress, and I added this in last year, so it'll stay in this pot. I also threw in some more nasturtium seed and just a repeat of what's over there. The nasturtium on this side, you can tell, is not doing as good as the one on that side because it gets a lot less sun. Moving towards our front door, I have planted a mandevilla. This was planted last year. I expected it to die over the winter, but it has been going strong. There's just a lot of vining, not really any blooms at all. There are some buds. There's one back here, and it is a pretty bright fuchsia pink color. We'll see. I didn't really want fuchsia here. I thought it was white. So it may stay, it may go. I'd love to plant a jasmine here, but this gives the same illusion of what jasmine would look like if I planted that here. I also have it in a very tiny pot, so if I did put something other than an annual, I'd probably have to put it in a larger pot. And then down below I threw in some alyssum, and the seeds are beginning to sprout. We'll see if that lasts. And then I will be training whatever vining plant, if I keep this or if I switch it out. I am training a burlap twine across the beams, so that way it can go along the house this way and then along the, what would you call this? Pergola? Cove? I don't know. But I train it this way as well, so that way it can go over our deck area. This area needs a lot of sprucing up. I just took down Christmas stuff recently, so it's very blah right now and a blank slate, but there's a lot of things that need to be done. We'll be decorating for spring soon, so I'm excited about that. But over here I do have a pot that has pansies, more pansies. I have some mint. If you know anything about mint, don't plant it in the ground, plant it in a pot. And then I also have some sage in here, which is nice because it's right off of the front door. So if we need any herbs, I do have rosemary planted in the ground, thyme, and Kitty. Papa in the lamp. Our kitty Casper is right here, and he's dying to come outside. He loves sitting on the windowsill right here while I'm working from home, and he watches the birds that come because we have a bird feeder right here. Don't look at that too hard. It needs to be clean. I'm going to be switching that out today. But our very much prized possession is our avocado tree. This avocado tree was here when we moved in 3 years ago now. And this one's a good one. That's a big one. And the avocados are delicious. I don't know exactly which variety it is, but this tree is what got me into gardening because um, we had a heat wave, I think our first year that we were living here, and it basically all defoliated and looked so sad. And I started doing research, I started reading up on avocados. If you live in my area, it's pretty hard to get a lot of avocado information, even from local nurseries, because we get so hot. They don't tend to grow that well, I guess, in our area. So a lot of local nurseries didn't even have that much info, but it's doing a lot better now. As you can see, it produces a ton of avocados. Um, it's really large. It seems to love life now. So hopefully that continues. Knock on wood. Now we're over in the backyard, and I have over here some potted plants that we have. They're both the same. They're flanking our shed that we have here, and this was here when we moved in. And basically, what we've done to it is just change the hardware, added paint, trim color, and then I also have started a diamond espalier going up the side that we're gonna have go over the top portion as well. And this is star jasmine, and we hope to carry out star jasmine also throughout the entirety of our back fence, and this side one day. Hopefully that's sooner rather than later. But it should be really pretty. It should smell really nice, which will be fun. But in here we have some ornamentals and also some edibles. So we have lettuce that I just picked up some, like a 6 pack of regular, it's like a red romaine cut and come again type of lettuce, some pansies, and some wire vine. And this has been really pretty to look at. I planted this up in fall, so it's done really well, filling in and gotten really, really full. So I can basically come in here and we can make a whole nother salad again if you want to have salad for dinner tonight, on both sides, and it's really pretty. It's a very pretty color, so I've really enjoyed that. One thing that I've also learned is that growing lettuce in pots has done a lot better than in ground. It always gets eaten by slugs and snails when I plant it in the ground, so pots has been a good way to go. And then over here we have our back doors, which are French doors into our backyard. And on either side, I do have some planting. So we have some house plants that I've neglected and had to bring outside since we've gotten a kitten because he likes to get in the pots. And then we also have some plants that were grown from seed, some perennials that I've moved. Basically, anything that was already in ground that we already had, I threw in these pots. So we have some heuchera, which is a really pretty deep purple plum color. We have some alyssum, which the pollinators love. We have some more heuchera. I have hostas in this pot, but they've all died back this winter on that side. And then I also have some, I forget what this is called, but it's in the succulent family. I know Proven Winners has one and it's called Purple Queen, I believe. Um, but I really like this one, and it has really cute little dainty flowers when it's blooming, and a little olive um, tree. This one I actually picked up from Trader Joe's, and there's not that much on the plant tag, but it's pretty. And I love the combination of the rustic type of pots that we have. This one's actually resin, and I got this from At Home. Over here on the side yard, this is an area where we have our AC unit, so that blows a ton of air. We have a fence that will need to get replaced. So there's lots of things going on that will need to get reworked. But we do have 2 camellias that I am considering moving, unfortunately. This side yard in the wintertime is shaded. As you can see right now, it's 1 o'clock and it's in the shade or dappled sun, but for the most part in the shade, which is how it was when we moved in. And so I decided to plant camellias, and then the summer came and it bakes in this area for like 3 hours, which is enough to not make these happy. So I'm gonna have to move them and rethink this whole area. Something that can take shade and sun for both times of the year. So to be continued. This is where we plan on installing a jasmine espalier, hopefully this year. And as of right now, we just have some perennials and grasses that look terrible right now, but we'll see if they look better in just a few months. We have purple fountain grass, Mexican sage, we have some bougainvillea. Um, these were already here when we moved in. Not sure their name, don't really care for them, but don't want to toss them. Some succulents. This tree that I'm not the biggest fan of. This is, I believe, what is a Bradford pear. It looks beautiful in the springtime when it flowers, but it also is not the greatest smell in the world, so don't recommend. Um, we have, it also drops a ton of leaves, which is a very big pet peeve of mine. We have a citronella here that smells beautiful, and specifically put it here since we have our dining table there. You want to follow me? Um, we made this little pathway, and we have a pink blooming azalea here. Lots of succulents that have grown in. They look terrible right now because of the leaves. I mean, they don't look terrible, but they don't look that great. I should probably groom all those off. But my mother-in-law gave us these, and they're looking beautiful. We have some grasses, more sedum, lantana, and then a few roses. So we have some iceberg roses, and dotted around we have some heuchera, some pansies, some more of the, oh, can you get a close up of this? This is the, I forget the name, but I'm going to call it Purple Queen. The blooms on it are just so dainty and beautiful. Love that. And this lantana has been overwintered. This is the, I forget the name. I believe it's a proven winter variety. Um, and some more roses. I would like to, they're not looking that great. I would like to plant these in the ground pretty soon. We have our Eden climbing rose, and this blooms beautifully. This is not a regular Eden climber. This is the white Eden. Very pretty. And then this area is pretty new. It is a blank slate. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I recently posted that we are fitting everything out for our new kitchen garden. So this will be a raised bed garden eventually. We would like to have all of the Vigo raised beds. I plan on planting mainly tomatoes, cucumber, some squash maybe, peas, herbs, all the things, and then also flowers. So we'll see how this fares this upcoming spring, summer, and fall. I'm really excited because I placed my seed order with Johnny Seeds, and we have lots of fun cut flowers to enjoy. And then back here, we just already had this patio furniture and just put that there. But we plan on doing a fire pit area, and we got a new projector, so that should be a lot of fun. And hopefully, we have outdoor movie nights. Okay, so I apologize for any shadows if you see any, but it's a beautiful sunset right now. It's golden hour, and here we have a proven winner variety of verbena. This is verbena whiteout, and it's done really well. It's coming back beautifully. I cut it back earlier in the fall. No, like late fall, yeah. We have a little olive tree right here, and I plan on keeping it kind of like a topiary. Ignore all the weeds. We have a repeat of the lantana, and scattered around, I have a lot of perennial. So right now it doesn't look like much. But in the spring, summer, fall, it is like jam-packed full of plants. I also move a lot of things around. So we have some catmint, Nepeta. We have both the purple variety, Junior Walker Low, and a white variety. We have some boxwoods that were a clearance purchase, and they're a really good deal. And they're all surrounding, kind of in a half circle, the Earth Angel Rose, which is beautiful. It smells beautiful as well. Over here, this is the other side. So we have kind of like what is, I believe, a RV driveway. So it's just extra planting space, and I call this the long border. And we have a beautiful olive tree that also my mother-in-law planted for us. And this was basically like a stick when she planted it, and it's so big now. Other things that we have in here, it's mainly perennial. So we have some allium, yarrow. We also have some vermilion ericufia. This is an amazing plant if you want pollinators. The hummingbirds love it. We also have some margarita daisy that I need to move, euphorbia, some Arabian jasmine, lamb's ear. There is just like an array of things. And some stuff that I did over winter that is an annual is the, if you could get a close up of this one, only because it's pretty cool that it's still blooming and it's barely getting any sun, is the Proven Winners Jazzberry. And I believe this was annual of the year last year. Very pretty purple. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. Online, it looked more like a highlightery purple, and it's not. It's very pretty in person. Here, this ground cover that has been beautiful, and I would actually like to get a different kind, is this plant right here. This is germander. It blooms the most beautiful purple, vibrant blooms. The pollinators love it. It is covered from head to toe when it's blooming. And I saw recently a parterre garden, or kitchen garden actually, that was completely lined with germander. Not the trailing variety, the other variety. The name is escaping me right now, but um, it was planted kind of like in a knot garden in a design, lining all of the beds. It was very pretty. And over on this side, we just have another buddleia. This one is by Proven Winners. It's the periwinkle pugster. It's beautiful. The blooms are like massive when it's blooming. We have a hardy hibiscus, and I also have a clematis back there. I'm not sure how the clematis is going to do. I moved it there recently. Um, so in between these two beds, I have over to the left the avocado bed, and then over to the right we have um, our citrus trees. So we have a lemon and we have an orange. These are highly, highly productive, as well as our avocado tree. But over here is where I plant a lot of our flowers. So you can see we have two terracotta pots flanking this area. We have, oh my God, there's a little bee that fell asleep inside the snapdragon. I can get a picture of it after. So cute. You see it? That's so cool. Yeah, he's having a good time. So we have some snapdragons, we have pansies. I planted my ranunculus here in the front, so that should be really pretty, and they are all sprouted. Hopefully they bloom. I also picked up some calendula, and my goal with this garden here is to eventually have a no-mow lawn surrounding the avocado tree, just to help keep the weeds down. And also, I don't weed a ton in this area, but there are neighborhood cats. If you've already seen my channel, then you know I struggle with them. So I would like to do without the mulch and plant up every area. So that would be nice to have a no-mow lawn, and just have an abundance of flowers and flowers that we can have multi-use. So I love having the rosemary in here. If we could do a rosemary hedge, that would be really pretty. And use it in tinctures and a whole bunch of things. That would be amazing. The calendula, I would like to learn how to make a salve with that. So, or a body butter, just being able to use things medicinally also would be awesome. Over here, there's not too much. There is this tree. This is our, I always forget the name, catalpa. I believe it's catalpa. If not, I will correct myself on the screen. But this tree is beautiful. The leaves are huge. The foliage is huge. And it should bloom white. I've never seen it bloom yet because we had to move it a few times. And then it's also bare on this side because when they were installing the new fence, a few branches broke off, but it's grown so much since we've planted it. It was a baby. Someone gifted it to us. And then we have a limelight. This is little limelight hydrangea. And you'll see I have a lot of work to do. I need to cut back a lot of things, but that wraps up. Oh no, one more thing. This is the last area I'm going to show you guys. It doesn't look like anything particularly magnificent or beautiful. Hopefully it will be once things start filling in. But I did want to show you that we recently installed this as a privacy hedge. These are Monrovia's Sky Pencil Japanese Holly. And they should get, I believe, 3 by 3 feet wide by 8 feet tall. So that will serve as a nice privacy hedge between my neighbor and I. And then we also have in between some more Mexican sage. I have some Atlas roses and some white lantana and our pomegranate tree, which is also a really great producer. This bed I would love to redo, but it's kind of like last on the totem pole. Everything else will definitely take precedent. Well, that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for joining today's garden tour. I hope to see you soon in our next video. And I'm really happy because this was the first video of the year. I know there's a lot going on around the world, and I hope that everyone is staying as safe as possible. And I wish everybody the best and a good 2025.